It was a bright and cheerful morning when the little boy set off to the lake with his fishing pole in hand. Wearing his bib overalls, a striped shirt, and a blue cap, he hummed a happy tune as he skipped along the dock. The lake shimmered under the sun's golden light, surrounded by rolling green hills and trees swaying gently in the breeze. Fishing was his favorite pastime, a tradition passed down by his family. His dad always said, "Patience is the key to a good catch, son." Today, he was eager to prove just how patient he could be. Sitting at the edge of the dock, his legs dangled over the water, his fishing pole resting on his shoulder. He waited, watching the water ripple and sparkle. Suddenly, the line jerked. The boy's eyes widened with excitement. Gripping the pole tightly, he began to reel in what felt like the biggest fish he'd ever caught. He pulled with all his strength, his little arms trembling. But just as the fish leapt out of the water, it wriggled free of the hook, soaring through the air before splashing back into the lake. "Oh no!" he cried, reaching out in vain. Before he could gather his thoughts, a low rumble rolled across the sky. The sunny morning had quickly turned grey. Thick storm clouds gathered, and raindrops began to fall. The little boy stood on the slippery dock, trying to grab his hat as the wind blew it off his head. Then, disaster struck. As he lunged for his hat, his foot slipped, and he tumbled into the cold lake with a loud splash. For a moment, all he could feel was the icy water surrounding him. He surfaced, his hat floating nearby, and paddled to stay afloat. Determined to get back to safety, he swam toward the dock. The rain poured harder, drenching him from head to toe. His bib overalls weighed him down, but he didn't give up. With every ounce of strength, he crawled onto the dock, his heart pounding. As the storm began to ease, the little boy stood at the edge of the dock, looking around. His parents weren't there. He clutched his wet fishing hat, glancing at the sky as if searching for someone, for comfort, for a sign. And then it happened. A single ray of sunlight pierced through the dark clouds, casting a warm glow over the lake. The boy's heart lifted. The storm wasn't endless. The sun was breaking through. He smiled, his damp hair sticking to his forehead as the light grew brighter, chasing away the rain. In the distance, he saw two familiar figures running toward him across the beach. His parents. His mom and dad waved as they approached, their faces filled with relief. The boy's smile stretched ear to ear as he ran to meet them. When they finally embraced, the boy felt a warmth that no storm could ever take away. Together, they walked to the car, the boy clutching his fishing pole and his parents' hands. The little family returned home, where they dried off and changed into cozy pajamas. That evening, they huddled by the fireplace, wrapped in a big blanket. As the flames crackled and the storm raged on outside, the boy looked up at his parents. "It was a big fish," he said with a grin. They laughed, pulling him closer. For the boy, the day wasn't just about fishing or catching a fish. It was about braving the storm, finding hope, and cherishing the love that brought him safely back home.